For most of us, the word pyramid evokes a single place. For most of us, Egypt, Giza. These huge monuments rising in the desert, thousands of years, are considered the tombs of pharaohs and are the largest engineering wonder world in the ancient world. But if we tell you, the pyramids are not only unique to the Egyptians. With an incredible geographical expansion, he built these architectural forms in the world's different corners and different cultures extending to the sky. From Mexico to Sudan, from Peru to Mesopotamia, these structures had a common cosmic language. What did the Egyptians build them? For pharaohs. For what purpose did other cultures build? What was the common secret of these huge stone structures? In this chapter, we will go beyond what is known and discover the pyramids and mysterious goals around the world. Pyramid capital of the world, Egypt. There are more than 100 pyramids here. The aim is to guarantee the endless life of pharaohs, so a grave monument. But the story is not just about Cheops. The oldest was by the architect Imhotep, the pyramid of the Zoser Step in Saqqara, which was built around 2650. This is the first example of the transition from the flat mastaba tomb tradition to the pyramidal form. Then the bent pyramid in Dashur came, which was an example of an architectural trial and error that started at a steep angle and then changed the slope. All this was not only a grave, but also symbolizes the ladder in which the spirit of Pharaoh rose to Ra, the sun god. The Great Khufu Pyramid in Giza is the summit of this architecture. This giant structure, which is estimated to be an estimated 2.3 million stone block, is almost perfectly aligned to the polar star, to the north. So, where is the body of Pharaoh? This is the real mystery. Khufu's sarcophagus was found in the king's chamber, but there was no evidence of the body of Pharaoh. The aim of the underground room is still controversial. Some theories argue that the pyramids are not only graves, but also the centers of worship, work, and social life. However, the real purpose was to deify the pharaohs and ensure their immortality in the afterlife. Thousands of kilometers south of Egypt, in what is today Sudan, the region of ancient Nubia, there are more pyramids than there are in Egypt. These structures, built by the kingdom of Kush, are known as the Nubian pyramids, or the pyramids of Meroe. Although they are architecturally influenced by Egypt, they have a unique, smaller and steeper structure. BC 720 to AD, these more than 250 pyramids, built between 300 BC, were built for Kush kings, queens, and nobles. So the purpose was again a grave monument. The biggest difference between the Nubian pyramids was that the burial chambers were carved into the rock below the pyramid rather than inside it. This distinguished them from their Egyptian counterparts. Also, unlike Egypt, the reliefs on the pyramid walls depicted the daily life and heroism of the Kushite kings. Their entrances generally faced east, toward sunrise. These pyramids reflected the culture and independence of black pharaohs who once wielded great power, but unfortunately, most of them were looted by treasure hunters in the 19th century. Now we are making an intercontinental leap. On the other side of the Atlantic, huge pyramids rose, completely independent of Egyptian civilization. Aztecs, Mayans, Olmecs, and the Teotihuacan culture, they all adopted this architecture. However, these pyramids did not have sharp edges like those in Egypt. Most of them were in the form of a stepped temple. So what were their purposes? Unlike the Egyptians, they were generally not tombs, with exceptions. They were sacred platforms through which to communicate with living gods. In the heart of Mexico, in Teotihuacan, founded by an unknown civilization, the Sun Pyramid, the third largest structure in the world by volume, and its accompanying Moon Pyramid rise. These pyramids were dedicated to the sun and moon gods through the temples on them, so the main purpose was religious rituals, offerings, and sacrifices to the gods. It is thought that priests held ceremonies visible to the public at the top of these structures, along the road of the dead. Unfortunately, remains of human and animal sacrifices were also found during the excavations. In particular, it was seen that the wrists of the sacrificed people in the feathered serpent temple were tied behind their backs. This shows that the pyramids were not only architecture, but also the center of frightening religious beliefs. One of the most iconic structures of the Mayan civilization, the Pyramid of Kukulkan, El Castillo, at Chichen Itza. This structure was not only a temple, but also a huge astronomical calendar. The 9 layers and 4 stairs on its 4 facades fit perfectly into the Mayan calendar. The 91 steps on each staircase and the top platform add up to 365. But the real miracle, on the days of the equinox, the shadow created by the setting sun on the stairs forms the figure of the plumed serpent and slowly descends from the pyramid. This proves the incredible knowledge of Mayans about the celestial science. While these pyramids were largely the temples, some structures, such as the Osario Pyramid in Chichen Itza, the Grand Priest Tomb, had a grave rooms with mysterious tunnels, with a functionality that resembled Egyptians. We see traces of the pyramid form not only in Egypt, Sudan, and Mexico, but also in other parts of the world. In Mesopotamia, for example, the Sumerians, Babylonians, and Assyrians built ziggurats dedicated to their gods. The ziggurat of Ur in Iraq is one of them. Ziggurats were stepped towers that housed temples. However, the interesting thing was that it was not only a religious center, but also a place where agricultural products were stored. This shows that pyramidal structures can sometimes serve practical purposes. In addition, the Temple of Borobudur in Indonesia has a similar geometry. This structure consists of a series of open-air crossings that symbolize the way to the enlightenment of the Buddha. This suggests that the pyramidal form has a universal religious and philosophical meaning. Sometimes the pyramid is so great that we can't even notice it. In Cholula, Mexico, a gigantic secret hidden under a church lies: the Great Cholula Pyramid. This pyramid is the largest pyramid of the world in volume and is larger than the Cheops Pyramid in Egypt. This pyramid consists of 7 intertwined temples, which were stamped for more than 400 years. His purpose was a temple complex dedicated to Quetzalcoatl, a local god. When the Spaniards arrived, the pyramid was covered with soil and was supposed to be a mountain. They built a church on top. This structure is a striking example of both the conflict of beliefs and how the pyramids can be hidden. The Tomb of Pharaohs in Egypt, the Temple of the Gods in Mexico, the warehouse and worship in Mesopotamia. Although the exact objectives of the pyramids vary according to culture, can these geographically separated structures be a common language? Scientists and researchers are trying to unravel the unknown purposes behind the construction of these structures. Here are the 3 most prominent theories. Pyramids are thought to be not just piles of stones, but also focuses of cosmic energy. Some researchers argue that the pyramidal form collects or even amplifies the Earth's magnetic energy or cosmic radiation. This energy may have been used for the immortality of the pharaohs, and may have added power to the rituals of the Mayans. Is it a coincidence that the pyramids, especially those at Giza, are perfectly aligned with true north? This perfection shows that advanced astronomical knowledge was used in the construction of the structures, and that they served a celestial purpose. How these huge structures were built with the limited tools of the period is a debate that has been going on for centuries. Some popular theories suggest that an advanced, lost technology was used in the construction of the pyramids. According to this theory, huge stone blocks could have been moved by water, by lever systems, or even by sound or electromagnetic waves, according to more radical theories. Complex architectural details, such as the evacuation chambers and air ducts above the King's Chamber in the Great Pyramid, support the claims that these structures were built with technological knowledge beyond what is known. Is it a coincidence that cultures on different continents use the same architectural form? One theory suggests that these cultures communicated with each other in ways beyond what is known. A more common theory is that the pyramid arose from a universal need. The pyramid form is a shape often seen in nature, mountains, volcanoes, and symbolizes the ascension to the sky and the gods. Ancient cultures may have found this natural and stable form most suitable for communicating with the gods, reaching the sky, and ensuring immortality. This is the reflection of a common religious quest in humanity's subconscious into architecture. The pyramids are not limited to just the 3 known areas. There are lesser-known pyramidal structures in different corners of the world, built for different purposes. For example, the Corral civilization in Peru dates back to BC. Dating back to 2600 BC, the pyramids are among the oldest in the American continent. Or the pyramids in China. These were the tombs of emperors and nobles, built mostly in the form of high earthen mounds. In fact, there are claims about the Visoko pyramid in Bosnia that have recently divided the scientific world into 2. This claim fueled debate about whether the pyramid is a natural hill or an ancient structure. All these structures show us this. The pyramid is a universal architectural form that responds to the religious, social, and political needs of people living in different geographies. Its purpose is sometimes a tomb, sometimes a temple, sometimes a calendar, or it was an energy center. The Egyptians built them for the eternal journey of their pharaohs. The Mayans used them as temples, reaching into the sky to meet their gods. To honor their king, the Nubians made them more upright and modest. Whatever their purpose, these gigantic structures reflect a common wisdom, faith, and incredible engineering ability possessed by civilizations that lived thousands of years ago. Pyramids are not just piles of stones and sand. They are the embodiment of humanity's quest to reach the sky, seek immortality, and unravel the secret of the universe. They are the greatest architectural riddles left to the future by the past, waiting to be solved. So how did these civilizations think about the same form at the same time? This is still the biggest unanswered question in science and archaeology. From Egypt to Mexico, from Sudan to China, pyramids continue to be one of the greatest mysteries in human history. These huge monuments show the tendency of civilizations to use the same form independently of each other. Was this a common knowledge encoded in humanity's DNA? Do you believe that these pyramids have a common purpose? Or did each culture choose this form by chance? We welcome your comments below. See you in the next mysterious adventure. Goodbye!